Welcome to the Kingston Twin Ovals for round 3 of the Tasmanian State League season between the Tigers and Glenorchy in this traditional fixture for the Fred House Shield, as we honour and show our respect on Anzac Day to those who have sacrificed so much to provide us with our lives and land upon which we play our great Australian game. I pay respect to the traditional and original owners of this land, the Muwinina people, to pay respect to those that have passed before us, and to acknowledge today's Tasmanian Aboriginal people who are the custodians of this land. I invite you all to be upstanding and join in our Anzac Day remembrance, led by the members of the Kingston Beach RSL sub-branch.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget.
Thank you everyone for participating in the ceremony, and best of luck to both the Tigers and Glenorchy in today's game.
Hello and welcome to Kingston's Twin Ovals for the resumption of round 3 of the 2023 TSL season. Some moving scenes there as the Anzac commemorations do kick things off for this afternoon's game. Of course, it is Anzac Day and the now traditional clash between the Kingborough Tigers and the Glenorchy Magpies. The 8th time these two teams have gone head-to-head to play for the Fred House Perpetual Shield, also with a medal that's given out to the player that best embodies the Anzac spirit later in the day as well. My name is Anthony Osborne, excited to be bringing you this afternoon's action from a very sunny Twin Ovals. We'll have to just have a look to see if the breeze does play a factor in today's game, but magnificent conditions down here at the Kingston Tigers home ground. And the Glenorchy Magpies, well, they're coming into this game full of beans after an extended break and showing plenty in their first up match against Lauderdale. Before we do kick things off, we'd like to acknowledge the Muwinina people, the traditional owners of the lands upon which we work, and pay our respect to Aboriginal elders past and present. This is a big game for both of these teams. The Kingborough Tigers, they've donning a different jumper today, the yellow with the black sash, but they're looking to make it 3 from 3 to kick things off in season 2023. Of course, going so deep last year, making the club's first senior grand final, while Glenorchy As we said, it's been a tough and long off-season for them. There were some fears that they might not even be there come at the start of the season, but their first game against Lauderdale last week certainly showed some signs of promise. The opening half particularly was just outstanding. The endeavour of this young group was really out there on full display. Now they've got an even bigger challenge up against a team that many are fancying as a genuine premiership contender in season 2023. The Magpies do lose a couple of players from last week. Brady Simpson, who was one of their prime movers off half-back, is out of the team through suspension. Daniel Muir, the 5-goal hero, also being rested, according to coach Josh Arnold, the veteran. They're thinking with the extended break and then the short turnaround for the next game against North Hobart that they'll give Daniel this game off. Coming into the team, really exciting to see Hunter Wright wearing the number 17 for the Glenorchy Magpies. He is a State League water polo player and a really exciting athlete, an exciting prospect that will be donning the black and white for the first time today. Kingborough, well, they've made one change. Tyler Carter coming into the team, a player who has been one of the leading key forwards in the competition for a number of seasons now. As Trent Baumler said during the week, he often does things in an unorthodox manner, but he certainly gets the job done, a real spiritual leader around this group as well. So he comes back into the side. Robert Zeman makes way. So an exciting game coming up this afternoon at the Twin Ovals, seeing the umpires and the players just go through their final preparations. The opening bounce not too far away. We look forward to this one, of course, on the TSL live stream. And at 3 o'clock, we also have Lauderdale taking on North Hobart over at North Hobart Oval as well. So an afternoon full of TSL football on such a special day on the Australian calendar, as we pay our respects to the servicemen and women who done so much, given up so much for the Australian community. Football has really done a fantastic job of commemorating this day, particularly in recent times, and it's fantastic to see these two clubs in Kingborough and Glenorchy really make this a strong tradition between the two sides. As I said earlier, the 8th time that these two teams are playing for the Fred House Perpetual Shield. Also great to see North Hobart and Lauderdale making this an annual tradition as well. Seen a number of Kingborough's players really start the year in fine form. We saw Kieran Lovell in round one with over 40 disposals, absolutely dominant last week. The Tigers were again impressive against North Launceston with a really even spread, and some of the players that have really stepped up have been ones who have made the move to TSL level for the first time in season 2023. The likes of James Zeitzen up forward, Jake Williams, he's also been really impressive, Murray Bastick down back as well. This is a Kingborough team that just continues to add layers. Fantastic also to see former Kingborough Tiger Zach Adams make his VFL debut last night for Port Melbourne, kicking a fantastic goal as well. Well, for Glenorchy last week, as we mentioned, the likes of Brady Simpson and Daniel Muir do go out of this team today, but there were some other players who were really standouts, I suppose, for the men in black and white last weekend. We saw Callum Thompson on ball continue his strong form from last year, of course named on the interchange in the under 22 team of the TSL season in season 2022. While the likes of Josh Whitford on the outside did some nice things. Matty Joseph, the captain. Of course, Josh Arnold, the coach, also very impressive as we see Matt Joseph and Lockie Clifford meet in the middle of the ground. So the Glenorchy Magpies kicking to the broadcast end of the Twin Ovals. As we say, the wind often does play quite a factor down here at the Twins, so we'll just have to probably give it a quarter or so to work out what sort of impact that might have on today's proceedings. But as mentioned at the top, beautiful conditions here at the Twin Ovals as the players go through their final bits of preparation. The opening bounce coming up in a few moments. So the players now making their way out to their positions on the field here at the Twin Ovals. It's had a big game for these two teams. Glenorchy looking to really build on some of the positive signs from last week, and Kingborough looking to keep things rolling on. The umpire appointments for this afternoon's game: Chris Kay, Ben Bannister and Nathan Geeson in the field, Liam Geeson, Brendan Green and Curtis Reid on the boundary, and Gideon Harmon and Mark Holmes in the goals. Big occasion for everyone involved in today's game, and fantastic to see Kingborough with the Anzac commemorative jumper as well. Black sash with the yellow base and a row of poppies along the bottom as well with Lest We Forget. Fantastic football jumper from the Kingborough Tigers, and I'll be looking to really reaffirm their case as being a fantastic football team on such a big day on the football calendar. You can see there around the ball, Callum Thompson up against Lockie Clifford. A couple of prime movers there. Kieran Lovell also on board, and Jack Tompkinson competing in the ruck up against Matthew McGuinness. McGuinness has a big job ahead of him this afternoon up against Tompkinson and Gardner, two of the more imposing ruck figures in this competition. Certainly tried his heart out against the likes of Siggins and and Smith, I should say, last weekend, but another big challenge for his development. I'm sure Josh Arnold will be looking forward to seeing how his troops do take it up to the more experienced Kingborough Tigers. Always plenty of opportunities for learning for these young players. Today, another great opportunity for them in that regard, as umpire Chris Kay raises the ball aloft to get things underway here at the Twin Ovals. Ball's thrown out. McGuinness wins the first tap down. Tompkinson does the tackling straight away. McGuinness feeds it out, gets it off to Thompson. Hurried kick over his shoulder there from Callum Thompson, running back with the flight are a couple of players. No one able to take the ball cleanly. Ball funnels back. Just emerging with the football there was Baker. Umpire's whistle. Kingborough try to take the advantage, but they might be forced to bring it back. Tompkinson will. Did look to be out there for a moment. Free kick going the way of Nick Baker, former Tassie Devils captain. Baker opts to go short. He's captain in Lockie Clifford. Clifford goes short as well. Finds Eddie Cole. Cole cuts back inboard. Nice ball. Finds Baker. Been busy early. Baker gets it off to Clifford. Just evades the tackle there from Luke Matcham. Something that impressed last week from Glenorchy. They were able to press really well and make it tough to find a web through. Griggs tries to take a risky kick off. It works out okay in the end, finding Campbell, but he's wrapped up in the tackle and have a stoppage just inside the centre square. But Lauderdale certainly had some difficulties in the opening half of trying to move the ball downfield. Cole back to Tompkinson. Tompkinson with the left boot inside 50, running back with the flight, unable to take the grab. Was the Kingborough player there in George O'Neill, but eventually tapped over the line by Josh Meredith. Expect Meredith to have a big job again this afternoon. A couple of tall targets down there for the Kingborough Tigers. Max College is someone who's on a bit of a hot streak. Bags of goals in his 2 games so far. Player is really looking to confirm his status at the level. Gardner takes the ball out of the ruck. Hurried kick towards goal. Top of the goal square now for the Tigers. Back of the pack. Landing in his arms, Max College. Umpire's saying that might be a behind. It is. So College, almost on cue, gets involved early, but just through for a minor score. Glenorchy putting the ball back via the pocket. McInnes is a tall target down there. Ball just lands in his lap. Tompkinson just harasses him over the line, eventually completes the tackle, taking Luke Nicholson over and out. We'll have a throw in. So positive early signs here for Kingborough. Glenorchy certainly going to try and make it difficult for them to score as the ball's thrown back into play. Tompkinson v McGuinness. Tompkinson wins the tap down, lays it on a platter. In the end, the Glenorchy numbers outnumber at the foot of the pack. Kick goes down the line, looking for Matcham. Reardon at the back of the pack here. Does well, gets the handball off, finds Bastick. Bastick looking for Baker. Baker keeps funneling the ball in front of himself. Murray Bastick's going to be first to it now for Kingborough. Going in low and hard, but the numbers should favour Glenorchy. Pleased for a free kick from the Glenorchy players, but the umpire now eventually intervene and give the free kick to Nick Baker. Baker, plenty of the football early on. Drives the ball towards half forward. Urging with the football. There was Thomason, but over and out once again. Another stoppage. 3 and a bit gone in the opening term. 1 behind to the Kingborough Tigers. Glenorchy yet to score. Ball's thrown in. Tompkinson wins it down once again. Does his own roving. Does Jack Tompkinson now. Kicks the ball inside 50 to a dangerous spot. A couple of tall targets down there. Gardner's there. 2 at the back of the pack. An opportunity now through James Zeitzen. Glenorchy reinforcements come in to apply the pressure. Zeitzen still tackling and harassing. Putting the pressure on Blake Waite. Umpire will come in and intervene. Zeitzen, College, Gardner, Carter, Tompkinson. There's some dangerous tall targets down there for the Kingborough Tigers. Umpire Geeson throws the ball up. Gardner takes the ball himself. Tried to get his kick away, unable to do so. A couple of Glenorchy players tackle Eddie Cole. We'll have another stoppage just outside the Kingborough goal square. Ball's thrown up once more. Double-handed tap down. Callum Thompson does the roving and just hacks the ball away, trying to buy some time for his defence. Griggs does the roving. Strong start to the season from Lockie Griggs. His kick was smothered. Ball continuing to bounce out towards the boundary line here. Glenorchy defending grimly. Murray Bastick taken by Whitford. Arnold gets the kick away. Kicking for touch and in the end out of bounds on the full. Plenty of pressure being applied here from both sides. Eddie Cole has the ball. Attacking side of the wing. He launches inside 50 now, looking for a target out in the path of that man Max College, but just beating him over and out for a throw-in. So certainly nothing easy at the moment for the Glenorchy Magpies. Ball's thrown in. McGuinness taps it down. Hurried kick away again from Thompson. Probably would have liked to think he would have taken that mark there, George O'Neill. Campbell now lays the tackle on Don Brown. Another stoppage. Max College, who I mentioned earlier, 7 goals in his 2 games so far. Gardner wins a tap down. Hurried kick away here for the Magpies into the middle of the ground. A couple of Glenorchy players ready to compete hard now. The numbers should favour the Tigers. Bastick gets over the top, finds Reardon. Reardon gets a handball. Out into a little bit of space. O'Neill scrapping away. Eddie Cole too. Glenorchy just holding them up at the moment. Both teams just feeling their way into this contest. In the opening stages of the first term. Tompkinson does the roving, gets the handball out to Campbell. Campbell over the top finds Lovell. Lovell feeds it back. Now the kick goes inside 50 for Kingborough via Will Clifford, flying high and taking the mark. That's a really good grab from Max College. He's in some serious form. He's the young Kingborough forward, and he's got an opportunity to kick Kingborough's opening goal of this Anzac Day clash. It's looked lively up there already, Max College. Chance here for him to open the scoreboard for Kingborough. Slide angle, methodical approach. Kick goes straight over the goal umpire's hat. The Kingborough Tigers are on the board via Max College. 1-1-7 plays Glenorchy yet to score. 7 minutes gone in the opening term. A lovely mark and a lovely finish there from Max College. Player that Kingborough coach Trent Baumler talked about during the week, saying that it was someone that been in and out of the team a little bit last year. He's really fallen back in love with the game, and you can see it in his performances so far. He's been absolutely outstanding. It's his 8th goal of the season. And it's becoming a really valuable source for goal, particularly in the absence of Jordan Lane, who's gone over to Victoria. A couple of other players just stepping up to fill that void. Back in the middle. Gardner. Brock Triffett into the team today. Hurried kick towards half forward. Coming off half back and doing well there was Will Clifford. Lockie Griggs wrapped up in the tackle. That's a lively start here from Brock Triffett. Good tackle after getting the clearance as well. Now Glenorchy Stop and prop. Now they launch the ball inside 50. Might not quite get there, just held up a little bit. Now a chance for them. Matty Joseph, high up and under. It was a hurried kick though. Ben Donnelly all on his own. Takes the mark. Donnelly goes across goal. Finds Lockie Griggs. Short sleeves today for Lockie Griggs. Delicate kick, it's a good one. Finds College. College goes down the line. Carter and Brown were competing. Free kick might be going the way of Tyler Carter. It will. His first clean disposal on his return. Carter goes inside 50. Trying to set something up here for Kingborough. Bottom of the pack. An opportunity for them now. Around the corner, Jake Williams for goal. What a kick, Jake Williams. Terrific finish. And that is the second goal for the Kingborough Tigers. A lovely finish there from Jake Williams. Tigers getting that free kick on the wing. They go coast to coast and get their second. 2-1-13. The Magpies yet to score. That's a really tidy finish from Williams. Stepping up from Claremont. Certainly hasn't looked out of place. So the challenge has been laid down to Glenorchy now. Kingborough on the board with 2 goals. How can the Magpies respond? McInnes funnels it over. Finds Whitford. Whitford with the clearance. Kicks towards half forward. Will Clifford, first to the football. Back in Kingborough colours full time this year after a strong campaign with the Devils last season. Godomski's kick. Eventually seen over and out by Luke Nicholson, another player who was involved with the Devils program last year. A big role to play for the Black and White in season 2023. Ball goes back in. Eddie Cull scrapping away, so too Whitford. Clifford gets the kick away. Chance here for Glenorchy. Pump the ball towards 50. Back of the pack. Mark not taken there by Brereton. Sets up a bit of an opportunity, but with some composure there, Joey Brewer kicks it towards his Bruckman and Gardner. Callum Thompson scrapping away at ground level, have another stoppage. Thompson and Cole, couple of balls going head to head. Nicholson doesn't get too much purchase on his kick. Kingborough attacking with plenty of vigour at the moment. 2 players involved there in James Webb and also Eddie Cole. By Geeson intervenes once more. So Gardner and McGuinness. Gardner wins it down. Thompson. Handball over the top. Clifford and Gardner raffle it between each other. McGuinness tries to tackle Clifford, but he just got the handball away. Nice link of handball here for Kingborough. An opportunity emerges. Nick Baker kicks the ball towards 50. Tompkinson spilt it just at the last moment there, did Tompkinson. Still got his handball away. Joseph lays the tackle. Cries of ball from the Glenorchy faithful. Umpire says play on. Tied up against the boundary line. Eventually they run out of tarmac. Over and out for a throw-in. Haven't been too many passages of clean, slick football so far. Plenty of pressure being applied from either side. 12.5 gone, and it's a 13-point margin in favour of the hosts. Ball's thrown in. McInnes wins the tap down, but Gardner may have infringed. He's shaking his head. Free kick going the way of Matthew McInnes. Showed some promising signs at senior level last year. Big responsibility on his shoulders in season 2023, the young ruckman. He goes short. Nice kick. Finds Nicholson. Nicholson goes short once more. Finds his captain in Joseph. Now Joseph launches the ball inside 50. It's a pretty good kick. Set up well defensively to the Kingborough Tigers, and they see that one over and out. Will Clifford getting involved. what can the Glenorchy Magpies manufacture out of this opportunity? Ball on the paint of 50 for them. Joseph gets the handball in the direction of Thompson. Back to Joseph. Hacks a kick inside 50. Godomsky looked to have the sit. The ball just moved a little bit in the air. Clifford, handball's back. Dangerous times here for the Kingborough defence, but Donnelly does well. Gets it off to a teammate there in Webb. Webb opts to go by hand. Puts a bit of pressure on. Donnelly does really well going down the ground to get that extra disposal. Finds Tyler Carter at half forward. All of a sudden, Kingborough, they're going to find themselves in an opportunity to score here as Carter goes back inboard. A nice kick. Finds Zeitzen. He goes further up and finds Tompkinson. So, just like that, they go from the full back line to an opportunity inside 50. Carter found himself with plenty of space at half forward, and then Tompkinson takes an uncontested mark in the end. Too easy there for the Kingborough Tigers, moving the ball well. See that kick going inside 50. Just letting the Magpies down at the moment, unable to find that big target down there to take the mark and have a clean shot on goal. Just like this for Jack Tompkinson. Can he kick Kingborough's third of the afternoon? Looking for his first. Tompkinson, kick is on the way, but always look to be to the near side, through for a minor score. So the Tigers move to 2-2. Glenorchy still yet to score. Short ball to the pocket. Just over the head there of Will Banks. Numbers now there to support Kingborough. Zeitzen with the handball to Griggs, but just a little too hot for him. Over and out for a throw in. Nicholson dances his way through, met heavily by a couple of Tigers. Free kick going the way of Will Campbell. Fantastic to see Soup out there. Integral member of this Kingborough side. Campbell launches the ball inside 50 now for Kingborough. Mark not taken there by College. Put himself in the right position. Just unable to complete the transaction. Carter lays the tackle. Umpire Geeson comes in to intervene. Those prime movers on ball for Kingborough. Started the year in style. Kieran Lovell averaging 34 disposals a game. Lockie Clifford, 31.5. They've been dominant to begin this season. Carter over the top. Numbers here should favour Glenorchy. Blake Waite, the vice-captain. Ensures they exit 50 effectively. He finds Luke Nicholson. Nicholson down the line, looking for a couple of Glenorchy players. Unable to take the mark. Over and out. We'll have another throw in. Lovell to Cole. Cole buys himself a bit of time. Handballs it back inboard. Really working in a phone booth. There's Eddie Cole. Dom Brown does well. Sees him over the line. Good pressure applied there from Dominic Brown. Thompson, met heavily by Gardner, just got his kick away. Now scrapping away there for Kingborough is Males. Griggs emerges with the football. Screws a kick over his shoulder, down the line, running back with a flight O'Neill. Ball's just going to bounce over and out. Glenorchy's pressure was absolutely immense last week. Laid 80 tackles against Lauderdale. To be ranked number 1 in the competition for tackles per game, 55 of them being effective. Certainly that second half, Lauderdale were able to get on top, but Glenorchy's pressure certainly there in the opening half, and they've started this game with plenty of pressure as well, just unable to get much reward for it on the scoreboard. One goes out of bounds on the full, so the Tigers to bring the ball back into play. Piercing ball inside 50. It was just touched by Baker. Tompkinson otherwise would have taken a spectacular mark sliding in. Play on is the call. Eddie Cole. Able to hit the target. Not out of danger now, though, the Magpies, as O'Neill comes in, swooping on the football. Cole's there for support. Cole gets a handball back to Griggs, who's had plenty of the football in this opening term, but that one isn't his best kick. Over and out. So the Magpies to bring the ball back into play once again. 14-point difference. Just tuning in. I've taken there by Will Banks into the team today. If you're just tuning in, goals via Max College and Jake Williams for the Tigers. Bring their Anzac commemorative jumper. Griggs gets the fist. Over and out. So Liam Roach to provide some support in the ruck for Glenorchy. He's up against Gardner. Gardner wins it down to Baker. Lovell, handball over the top, finds Baker, who's had plenty of the football. He goes inside 50. Bouncing ball. First to it was a Glenorchy player. Wrapping up in the tackle, Max College involved. It's a dangerous forward line here for Kingborough. Tyler Carter now to compete in the ruck up against Roach. We know what Carter likes to do inside 50. Take the ball himself. Gets the disposal over the top. Chance here for Kingborough. Flying shot on goal. Is it through? I think it might be. Fantastic finish. Really good stuff there from Nick Baker. He's been productive early on and he made no mistake with that opportunity. Carter got the ball out to him. Certainly not a regulation chance, but Nick Baker makes the most of it. Kingborough, they move to 3-2-20. Glenorchy yet to score. Ominous signs early on for the Magpies. That's a really nice finish there from Nick Baker, who has not missed a beat, turning to the TSL in season 2023. Of course, as I said earlier, former Tassie Devils NAB League, now the Coates Talent League. He was captain of that side a few years ago and played his football at Lauderdale, back to the SFL and dominated for Sorrel, but given himself another opportunity at the state league level, and he has certainly added an extra dimension to this Kingborough outfit, whether across half back or through the midfield. He's been really dangerous as Kingborough look to go inside 50 again. Lovell got it off to Clifford. Clifford now goes inside 50, and in plenty of space is George O'Neill. He takes the mark. Might be right on his range, George O'Neill. And a kick from right on 50. O'Neill sets the ball up. Right to the goal line. Gardner! A fantastic mark. Strong grab there from Marcus Gardner, who wastes no time at all. Kicks the goal. Kingborough, they get 2 goals in a minute. And all of a sudden, Glenorchy find themselves in a bit of a hole. Lovely finish there from Gardner. Strong grab, and O'Neill did really well to drive that ball to the dangerous spot. All started from Kieran Lovell out of the middle. Silver service from the ruckman. He just burst out of the stoppage, and that's where Kingborough can be so dangerous. 4-2-26 to Glenorchy, yet to score. Taking over 22.5 minutes in this opening term. Pressure now well and truly on the Magpies. How do they respond? They find themselves 4 goals adrift. Tompkinson wrapped up in a really strong tackle. They're the sort of moments that Josh Arnold will be praising at quarter time. That tackle from Harry Gillett. Ball's thrown up. Guinness tries to get over the top, but the umpire may have called a free kick. Lovell tries to take the advantage, but forced to bring it back to Tompkinson. Being hot at the moment, the Tigers. Tompkinson feeds it off to Reardon, who dances around McInnes. Had an option short, did Reardon, but he goes further afield. A lovely kick. Finds his target inside 50. And Kingborough just doing things at will at the moment. It was a lovely kick there from Elijah Reardon. Such a good user. If you're a forward leading up at him, you'd be licking your lips. Kingborough have another opportunity to hit the scoreboard here. Steady approach here from Zeitzen. Kick is on the way. Umpire never really in play there. It was fading across, and Blake Waite takes the mark on the goal line. So Glenorchy exit defence. That one goes over the top of McGuinness's head. Tompkinson takes the mark. Tompkinson chips it inside 50. Campbell takes it on the second grab. Turns and goes, and there are Kingborough players everywhere as Clifford takes the mark uncontested inside 50. We'll have another look at goal here for the Kingborough Tigers. Quickly moves the ball on now. Does Clifford found something he liked, and it was Eddie Cole. And a couple of the Glenorchy defenders just caught napping a little bit there. Can't afford to do that against this Kingborough side, and Eddie Cole. He'll now look to hit the scoreboard. Cole, steady approach, kicks on the way, hits the upright, minor score. So a few opportunities going begging here for Kingborough. 4-3-27, Glenorchy yet to score. 25 minutes gone in the term. Straight down the middle go the Magpies, and might come back with interest. Matcham did well to force the tackle. Have a stoppage inside the middle of the ground. Griggs over the top finds Will Clifford. Just loses the football at the crucial moment. That brings in the Magpies through Thompson. Got his handball away. Scrapping away here is College. That kick tied up against the line. Does just bounce into play. Eventually taken over the line there was Bailey Jenkins. Tompkinson just lost the football. Opens the door now for Glenorchy, emerging with the football. This is good. They kick towards half forward. Just a little too hot there for Luke Matcham. Griggs ducks back into traffic, chips the kick, but not a great disposal. Only goes as far as Jenkins. Jenkins kicks towards half forward. Matcham unable to complete the mark. Griggs again at ground level. He's had so much of the football. Gets it off to O'Neill. O'Neill to Donnelly. Donnelly just got his handball away. Griggs comes in once again as well. Nice tackle from Matty Joseph. Elijah Reardon gets involved. Spearing kick. Unable to take the mark. Will Clifford around the corner. Matt McInnes grabs the footy. Hurried kick. Only as far as Godomski. Godomski cuts the angle. Kick towards half forward. Josh Arnold competing, but infringes and gives away the free kick. That ball goes over the top and finds Campbell. Campbell cuts back inside, spearing kick, but didn't hit a target. Mark taken down back by Dilger. Dilger goes across, finds Waite. Waite goes short. Just being hemmed in here a little bit of Glenorchy. That kick falls between a couple of Magpies, so Elijah Reardon decides to pounce. He dances around one, launches it inside 50. Blake Waite at the front of the pack, but at the back it's Tyler Carter. Then they call Wobb, just held his ground. In the end, takes the mark, almost unopposed. And Carter will look to kick Kingborough's fifth goal of the opening term. looking to kick his first goal of season 2023. Tyler Carter approaches goal. His trusty left boot. Umpire has to do a little bit of a shuffle, but that's through. Kingborough, they get a goal right on the siren. And they finish the term 5-3-33. They keep Glenorchy scoreless across the opening term. A nice finish there from Tyler Carter just to finish things off. And that is a quarter that has well and truly belonged to the team in yellow and black. 5-3-33 plays Glenorchy, yet to score. Quickly run through the goal kickers for Kingborough. Singles to Nick Baker, Max College, Jake Williams, Marcus Gardner and Tyler Carter. As mentioned, the Magpies yet to impact the scoreboard. As we know that the breeze can often play a few tricks down here at the Twin Oval, so we'll wait and see what the second quarter has to bring. But quarter time here, this Anzac Day clash between the Tigers and the Pies. It's Kingborough, they're leading this one 33-zip. Second quarter coming up next. Players back out in their positions. Welcome back to the Twin Ovals. The second quarter about to get underway. So far, this game has been well and truly owned by the Kingborough Tigers. They lead this one 5-3-33 to Glenorchy, yet to score. A comprehensive performance so far from the Tigers. Really, on 5 minutes of that quarter, they're able to kick 3 goals and really capitalise after missing a couple of opportunities earlier in the quarter. As the umpire raises the ball aloft, umpire Geeson, to get things underway for quarter number 2. McGuinness up against Gardner to resume this second quarter. Tap goes down, scrapping away now. Marcus Gardner laying the tackle. Blowfield also involved for Glenorchy. Goes up once again. Clifford v Blowfield. Blowfield ends up laying the tackle on Cole. Umpire will take the ball once again. Some strong bodies around the ball for Glenorchy. Blowfield, Thompson and the like, but they're up against one of the competition's more seasoned midfields, the like of Clifford, Cole and Lovell. Gardner's handball goes over the top. Williams gets it off to Webb. Webb cuts back inboard inside 50. Lovely kick from James Webb. Deft touch finds George O'Neill. He's got a couple of Tigers in space inside 50. He decides just to launch it to the goal square where Tompkinson holds his ground. Fantastic strength from the big man. Just stuck the Dukes up and the ball was not coming out of that vice grip, and Tompkinson makes no mistake with the kick. A statement to start this second quarter there for the Kingborough Tigers. Jack Tompkinson with a strong grab and goal. And some lovely ball use there from James Webb, and then George O'Neill sees the Tigers slam home their 6th. Danger signs for Glenorchy if there weren't already some danger signs in the opening term. Tompkinson become the 6th individual goal kicker for the Kingborough Tigers. Gardner taps it down. Eddie Cole overruns the ball slightly. Ball's funneled out. Will Banks trying to combine with Dilger. Umpire let that roll on for a little bit, but will eventually come in. Gardner straight down to Nicholson. The ball bounces out, finds Lockie Griggs. Griggs with a hurried kick towards half forward. First to it. The battle between College and Thomason. College goes back in again. So too does Rowan Thomason. So too does Josh Arnold. A big tackle there from the coach. Just holds things up. Does well to earn the free kick, Josh Arnold. Arnold goes short. Getting the ball now is Gillett. Harrison Gillett. Left boot. Tied up against the boundary line. Coming in over the top, Will Clifford. Sees that one over and out for another throw-in. Call there for holding the football. Free kick going the way of Glenorchy. Desperate stuff at the bottom of the pack. Nice work there from Richie Dilger. And he goes short. Finds Blake Waite. Waite goes back in to Joseph. Joseph high up and under. Inside 50. Reardon flies. Unable to pull the mark in. Always get excited when Elijah Reardon is approaching the ball aerially. A stoppage just outside attacking 50. Gardner. Lovell burst his way through the stoppage. Goes a long way across goal, but running back with a flight and taking a good mark there. That was impressive stuff from Matthew Dilger. Just read that ball really well, beat Donnelly to it. And Lovell tried to cut across in the end. It's given Glenorchy their first proper look at goal for the afternoon. Almost 5 minutes into the second quarter. This is Glenorchy's first proper look at it. Long-term servant of the Glenorchy Football Club, Matthew Dilger. Begins his approach, crosses 50. Kicks on the way from Dilger. You can see that breeze really take that right to left on your screen. That one goes through for a minor score. So the Magpies, they do open their scoring. Quite the way they would have wanted, but it's 6-3-39, plays one behind. Donnelly with the mark. Trying to chip the ball down the line. Doing well there was Will Banks. It was a 2-on-1, and in the end, the 1-1 out. Really good stuff there from Banks. Two rucks just share that ball. Bounces over and out. Gardner taps it down. Lovell got his handball away. Nice work there from Richie Dilger just to get a hand on and punch that ball forward. Free kick going the way of Dilger. Jenkins provides run on the outside. This may potentially be a 50-metre penalty. It will be, infringing on the protected zone. So another opportunity here for Glenorchy. Dilger will be marched to inside 50. They'll have their second look at it. Similar spot to his namesake Matthew had a shot only moments earlier. Richie Dilger kicking from about 40 metres out. Chance to kick Glenorchy's opening goal of the contest. Richie Dilger allows for the breeze. Good looking kick. The umpire doesn't move a muscle. Glenorchy, they're on the board. Well-deserved goal. Richie Dilger kicks there first. So 1-1-7 plays Kingborough 6-3-39. 7 change gone in the second term. Nice finish there from Dilger. You saw that he'd observed the kick that Matthew had a little earlier. Similar position on the ground and just allowed for that breeze to take it right to left. And in the end, the umpire didn't need to move a muscle. So they're on the board. That's a positive sign there for Glenorchy. How can they build off this? Back to the middle. Be Roach up against Gardner this time. Gardner wins it down, looking for Cole. Wrapped up in the tackle from Nicholson. Gardner down once again. Nice work there from Roach. Clever little kick on the outside, but only goes as far as Griggs. Green, I should say. Green chips towards the outer side of the ground. Numbers here should favour the Magpies. They do. Dilger off to Nicholson. Massages the ball to Nicholson. A lovely kick to half forward. And the umpire's going to call that 50. Donnelly just pushed after the mark had been taken. And that opens the door once again for Glenorchy. Josh Meredith, he'll be marched inside 50. It was a lovely kick from Nicholson to his advantage. Now Josh Meredith will have a look at goal. 45-degree angle. But not far from home. Can he convert? Kick is on the way. And that's straight through the middle as well. Glenorchy, well, they get 2 goals in a minute. Positive signs for the Magpies. 2-1-13. Kingborough 6-3-39. Just a little bit of ill discipline there from Ben Donnelly. but can't talk enough about that kick from Nicholson. Just laid it out on a platter to the advantage of Meredith, who did a good job taking the mark as well. So, good stuff here for Glenorchy. They kick their second. They're still a long way back, but positive signs nonetheless. Josh Meredith kicking second goal after Richie Dilger opened the account just moments ago. In the middle, Campbell swooped on the football. Kicks it long inside 50. Will Campbell just off the hands of Marcus Gardner to roll through for a minor score. So dangerous when they're able to burst away from stoppage like that, the Tigers. Joseph brings the ball in. A little too hot for Arnold. He's now got to do his work at ground level. At high contact, free kick going the way of Griggs. Griggs quickly moves the ball on inside 50. Mark not quite taken, a little hot. Arnold looking for some support. Gets it out wide. Finds a runner there in Thomason. Now get the ball towards half back. Just inside the field of play, eventually seen over. Tompkinson, clever tap over the top, does his own roving once again to Tompkinson. Banks just gets a crucial hand in. Campbell comes in. And a little clumsy there from Soup. Free kick going the way of Will Banks. Banks opts to go backwards. Finds Hunter Wright. Wright kicks through the middle. Nice kick. Risky one, but it pays off. Finds Dylan Browning. Browning short out wide. Couple of Tigers collide within each other, but it's an opportunity now. Goes through the legs there of Blake Waite. Eddie Cole, his fellow number 2. Handball. Back. Finds Griggs. Griggs around the corner. Gardner fills the hole and takes the mark. Already has one to his name so far, does Marcus Gardner. Couple of players presenting for him, but looks like he'll set himself here for a shot on goal. Consistent performer is Marcus Gardner. Kicking from just outside 50. In the end, just decides to set things up here. Banks flies, so too Campbell. Joseph with a hurried kick away. Lands on the chest there of Whitford. Opportunity for Glenorchy at half back. Rodney Eade medalist from a couple of years ago. Josh Whitford shared that award with 2 other players. Sensational count. Whitford played second half of the season in the TSL seniors. Did enough across the first half in the D-League to claim that award. Ball thrown back in. McGuinness, front spot. Taps it down. Collects his own work. Wrapped up in the tackle from Baker. A really strong tackle from Nick Baker. It's going to be holding the footy. Baker moves the ball on quickly. Towards 50. Campbell going to swoop on the football. There's been an umpire's whistle and the Kingborough player was held in the contest. Free kick going the way of the Tigers. Couple of players presenting. He'll have a look at goal here. Kick Kingborough's second of the quarter from right on 50. Kick is on the way and it's a fantastic kick. Making no mistake, a lovely finish. And the Tigers, they hit the scoreboard for the second time this quarter and get the answer to Glenorchy. They move to 7-4-46. Glenorchy 2-1-13. That's a lovely finish. So 14 minutes gone in this second quarter. Kingborough in a really good position. Glenorchy have shown some signs of promise across this second term, but Kingborough, should say, eventually get that second goal. So we go back into the middle of the ground. Clifford scrapping away as he always does. Mopping the ball up at half back, but a crucial turnover there. Clifford dances around one, kicks the ball back inside 50. Wright approaches the football, but there's going to be a free kick again. And it's going to go the way of Zeitzen, who kicked that last goal. He's now got an opportunity to kick his second goal in a minute. Again, it's just the bodywork there from the Magpies letting them down. Zeitzen kick his second goal. Former Signet player begins his approach. Kick is on the way. No mistake from Zeitzen. He gets his second goal in a minute. Kingborough, they're back on a roll. They bring up the half century. 8-4-52. Glenorchy 2-1-13. Couple of nice finishes there from Zeitzen. Puts Kingborough in a really strong position. Challenge now for Josh Arnold's side would be not to drop their heads. They've shown some great endeavour to this point. But the margin threatening to blow out. 8-4-52 plays 2-1-13. Nicholson kicks towards half forward between a couple of Tigers. Lockie Griggs does well, evades one tackle. Has the reinforcements there, tries to get it back the second time. Nick Baker comes in for support. Now Elijah Reardon kicks down the line, does Reardon. Mark taken by Zeitzen, who's had a hot couple of minutes. He goes back inside 50. Lovely kick to find Marcus Gardner, who had himself in a good position. A spearing pass there from Zeitzen, who's had set an electric couple of minutes. 2 goals. Opportunity now to set up another. Marcus Gardner. Kicked 1 goal from close to goal in the opening term. Chance here to kick another. Marcus Gardner. Kick is on the way. He likes it straight away. The umpire doesn't move. Kingborough, they get their 9th. 9-4-58. Gardner gets his second. And the Tigers, they're feasting on the Magpies at the moment at the Twin Ovals. One set up there from James Zeitzen. Kick 2, now set up another. Putting together a really impressive season at the level. Gardner just keeps going from strength to strength. That Gardner-Tompkinson combination causing opposition sides some serious headaches. So we go back into the middle. Matt McInnes on that occasion. Ball just bounces away from him. A crucial moment. Cole gets it back to Griggs. Towards 50 and a great catch out in the deep. That was almost like the player coming in off the boundary rope, but he might have not quite reeled it in there to College. It's a fair effort. You can see the wry smile on his face as he gets up. Felt more like a catch than a mark diving in the deep. Back here in play, Williams met in the Brown tackle, just got his handball away. Arnold comes in. He's wrapped up by a couple of Tigers. And we'll have another stoppage right on the 50-metre arc. Nicholson, clever little kick. Outside of the boot, finds Dilger. Dilger down looking for Meredith. Murray Bastick comes up and takes the mark. Did he run off his line? The umpire says he did, so clever awareness there from the Magpies, but now it's 1-on-3, and the 3 win out through Griggs. Griggs tries to cut across to the other side of the ground. Blake Waite keeps his feet. Now the numbers come in to support either side. The umpire will have to come in. Neutral ball. Gardner wins the tap. Webb, nice kick, finds Zeitzen. Zeitzen inside 50, moving the ball quickly here are the Tigers. Numbers back in support for Glenorchy, but the ball's now at ground level. Hurried kick towards goal, bounces at a right angle, and that's through. A freakish finish. You can see, just acknowledging that probably wasn't the most conventional goal there from Jake Williams, but he gets his second. That ball is just pitched on a right angle and somehow gone through for a goal. 10-4-64 to Glenorchy, 2-1-13. And when it's your day, it's your day. Everything coming up the Tigers at the moment. Jake Williams probably didn't quite get the purchase on the kick that he initially intended, but it doesn't matter when it bounces its way through. So 20 minutes gone, and Kingborough well and truly in control. 10-4-64, Glenorchy 2-1-13. Williams becomes the third multiple goal kicker now for the Kingborough Tigers. Back in the middle. Gardner taps it down. Lovell kicks the ball inside 50. Will Campbell's there. Back of the pack. Tompkinson almost takes a spectacular mark. Back at ground level. Williams bustles the ball towards goal. Don Brown met by a couple of Tigers. That was some fly from Tompkinson. Unable to reel it in, but a magnificent effort. This Kingborough outfit certainly full of individual highlight reels. Umpire Chris Kay takes the ball. Dangerous spot here for the Glenorchy defenders. Tyler Carter taps it down, looking for one of his rovers. Glenorchy defending grimly, locking the ball in. Richie Dilger making sure that Eddie Cole couldn't clear that football. Have another stoppage just outside the goal square. Carter v. Wright. Hunter Wright takes the ball, unable to get a clean kick away. Carter now wraps Don Brown up. Callum Thompson, I should say. We'll have another stoppage. Carter, as he so often does, takes the ball out of the ruck, as he can legally do. Blake Waite lays the tackle. Umpire Chris Kay earning his coin at the moment. Another stoppage. Carter just slaps it away, looking to create something. Thompson met by Tompkinson. Now going in, but the umpire spotted a free kick off the football. It's going to go the way of Callum Thompson, so a reprieve here for Glenorchy. The last line of defence. Thompson dances around his opponent in George O'Neill, cuts it back inboard. Dangerous times here for Glenorchy defence. Lovell tried to claim the free kick or the mark. The umpire disagreed with both. Have a stoppage just outside at the defensive 50 for Glenorchy. Gardner takes the ball. Kicks to space inside 50. Carter's there, so too Blake Waite. Waite does really well, gets it off. Now an opportunity through Thomason. Evades the Campbell tackle. Thomason looking for his captain in Joseph. Joseph's got some support there in Banks. Numbers eventually come in through Webb to support Kingborough. James Webb, of course, a former Glenorchy player. Spent some time at Signet in between. Just in front of the interchange gates. McInnes. Thompson dances around one, tries to get his handball away, comes back in and gets it again, does Thompson. Nicholson. Campbell. Campbell just trying to wheel the ball forward. Banks in for support there for Glenorchy. We'll have another stoppage. Lovell runs out of room. Over and out. Gardner taps it down to Lockie Clifford. Lovell evades a tackle. Does that so well, does Kieran Lovell. Kick goes inside 50, but only as far as the Glenorchy defender in Don Brown. Brown takes his time. Kicks it down the line, but only as far as Lockie Clifford. Clifford cuts it back inside 50. Mark taken. A good mark there from Williams, who's already kicked 2. Said one of them, maybe not the most conventional goal you'll see. But he has 2 to his name and has an opportunity now to extend Glenorchy's lead on the eve of the halftime siren. We've played 25 and change. At the moment, a 51-point lead. Kick is on the way from Williams. Right up against the line. Umpire has to do far too much work. That one fading to the right, through for a minor score. 10-5, 65 the Tigers. Glenorchy 2-1-13. Blowfield takes Glenorchy out of defensive 50. That one's going to roll over and out. The worst result there for Glenorchy. They can set up. So 5 goals in the first term for Kingborough. So far 5 in the second. Glenorchy also adding 2 goals this quarter as well. Still time for Kingborough to add to that tally. Ball goes inside 50. Just evades College, over and out. Carter's tap neutralised. Wait. Able to take it cleanly. Eddie Cole. Met heavily in the tackle. Nicholson wrapped up in a tackle as well. Just got his kick away. Lovell trying to evade Josh Arnold. Great strength from Lovell. Just got a kick. Still alive here are the Tigers. Clifford wheels back inboard. Kicks in the direction of a couple of players flying high and taking the mark. Carter. Umpire says play on. It came off hands. He's met by a couple of pies. And umpire Chris Kay will take the football. Carter tried to claim the mark and give him the benefit of the doubt for the stoppage. And it looks like that's going to be a free kick going the way of Glenorchy via Roach. Carter just infringing in the ruck contest. He knew it straight away. Roach off to Joseph. Joseph just finds his target. Browning kicks the ball out wide. Looking for Whitford. Coming back through the other way now. A chance for Kingborough. Towards half forward. Baker's there. Met heavily by a couple. George O'Neill gets it back to Lovell. Lovell stops, props. Sets the ball up for Zeitzen. Unable to take the mark. Good defensive effort there from Brown. Thomason living dangerously and is going to be punished. Holding the football. Good defensive pressure there from the Tigers. And Zeitzen, he'll come up with the football. Thomason just taking that one risk too many in the end. And chance here for Zeitzen. Just kicked 2 goals in the second quarter. Looking to add his 3rd. Set up another as well. He's been lively. Former Signet player. There's a couple of ex-Signet footballers running around in the yellow and black these days. Kicking after the siren. Zeitzen. Kick goes towards goal. He loves it straight away. And that's the cherry on top of an impressive quarter there for the Kingborough Tigers. 11-5-71. They lead Glenorchy 2-1-13. There were some moments across that quarter where Glenorchy certainly threatened to storm back into the contest, but in the end, just the experience of this Kingborough team has proven to be too much. They've made the most of their opportunities at crucial moments and have really made it tough for the Magpies to get the ball inside 50. So at half-time here in this Anzac Day clash, Kingborough, they lead 11-5-71 to the Magpies 2-1-13. Quickly run through the goal kickers before we take a break for the main break. James Zeitzen with 3, Marcus Gardner and Jake Williams with 2 each. Singles to Nick Baker, Tyler Carter, Max College and Jack Tompkinson. While for Glenorchy, singles to Richard Dilger and to Josh Meredith. So half-time here in this game. The Tigers look to have one hand already on the Fred House Perpetual Shield, but we'll wait to see what the second half has in store. The Tigers are up at half-time at the Twin Ovals. Second half coming up next. Welcome back to the Twin Ovals. The second half about to get underway here as the Kingborough Tigers and the Glenorchy Magpies go head-to-head for the Fred House Perpetual Shield. And so far this game has well and truly belonged to the home side, the Kingborough Tigers. They lead 11-5-71 to the Magpies 2-1-13. Some scintillating football from the Tigers across that second quarter in particular. Late in the first term, they started to really get going and really took that into the second quarter. And the challenge has been well and truly thrown down to the Glenorchy Magpies to see how they can respond. As we get the players to get into their positions to kick things off for this second quarter. It looks like Tompkinson and McInnes will resume their battle in the ruck. Matt McInnes has fought well across the afternoon, but he's certainly up against two of the more intimidating ruckmen in the competition as we get things underway for the third term here at the Twin Ovals. Ball's thrown up. Tompkinson probably won the tap. Bottom of the pack will have a stoppage. Eddie Cole laying a strong tackle. Hurried handball over the top. Out in a bit of space. Able to trap the ball cleanly. Matcham. First to it there. Strong tackle laid by George O'Neill. Umpire will take it once again. Quick score update. Quarter time over at North Hobart Oval. The Demons, they're leading that one. 5-1-31 to Lauderdale 2-2-14. So home team really mean business over in the other Anzac Day clash. Here at the Twin Ovals, O'Neill lays the tackle. Umpire said it was a little overzealous and a little high, so free kick going the way of the Magpies at half back. Tompkinson met in a strong tackle there by Arnold. Ball forced over the line. Tompkinson again involved with the tackle. Matt McInnes looks to be in a bit of trouble there. That could be a serious injury. Hoping he's okay. He just looked to grimace in pain straight away. We'll keep an eye on that as the Magpies bring the ball up the line. McInnes still down behind plate. That's a really big concern for Glenorchy. For the young man, that ball goes over and out. Still down there is Matt McInnes. You can see Josh Arnold and the trainers now going over to him. Thoughts go to him. We're hoping he's okay. Such an exciting young player. Slowly getting to his knees, so hopefully that's a good sign. We'll keep an eye on that. Back in play. Tompkinson won the tap down. Griggs combining with his captain, Lockie Clifford. Clifford massages a ball, but in the end, not too much on it. Over and out on the full. Setting the ball up is Gillett towards half forward. Donnelly with the tap away. Meredith playing forward of centre this afternoon. Clifford cuts it back inboard. Sets a bit of a task for Reardon. The Glenorchy players at ground level now swoop. Whitford's one of them. Godomski wraps him up in a strong tackle. And we'll have a stoppage just inside attacking 50 now for the Pies. We've seen that switch just come unstuck a couple of times today for Kingborough. A couple of those aggressive moves to this broadcast side of the ground have just come unstuck a little bit. Cole tried to get the kick away. Looks like it's going to be a downfield free kick for high contact. And they tried to take the advantage, but I'll bring the ball all the way back to Cole in defensive 50. Or Campbell, I should say. Campbell goes short.
We got to get him.
Finds his teammate there in Baker. Arnold infringed. Free kick going back to Cole. Inboard, a little too much sauce on the kick. Opportunity now for Glenorchy. Got the ball in the middle of the ground. Kick towards half forward, competing well. Tompkinson comes in, does the roving. He'll get the kick away. So Glenorchy doing the attacking so far in this quarter. Cole Funnels the ball back to Griggs. Both been busy this afternoon. Griggs goes down the line. Brown tries to get his kick away. Bit of a hacked kick, and it lands in the arms of Griggs. So, ball just operating in this portion of the ground for the last couple of minutes. Griggs goes short. To Campbell. Campbell short again. To Clifford. What does the captain do? Fans the ball out wide. A lovely kick. Good vision. O'Neill. Chips the kick to half forward. Methodical stuff here from the Tigers. Unable to keep the ball in play there. Or was it Gillett over and out for a throw in? Bouncing ball. Campbell. Clifford. Tompkinson coming off the line. Pumps the ball inside 50. Looking for some of the Tiger tolls. Sweeping on the football at ground level. Here come the Magpies. Thompson. Hot kick. Sets a task for Arnold, who does well just to neutralise that contest. And he's going to earn the free kick there, Josh Arnold. Did well. Drew the free kick out of Lockie Griggs. The coach goes short. And that one's punched over and out, just in front of the can bar here at the Twin Ovals. So 11-5-71 plays 2-1-13. The Tigers, if you're just joining us, 5 goals across the opening term and 6 in the second. And really, from about the 15-minute mark of the opening term, they've been able to score at a relatively quick rate as Campbell dances his way through the middle of the Twin Ovals, pumps the ball inside 50. Gardner's there. So too Williams at ground level. Williams gets the handball off. Now an opportunity for Webb. Stops, steadies, looks for goal. Punched right against the line and just eventually rolls over for a minor score. So the Tigers, they open the scoring in this second half. 11-6-72. Magpies have done most of the attacking across the first 5 minutes of this term, but just unable to get that scoreboard reward. So bring ball out of defence. Tompkinson takes a strong mark. Sun in the eyes. Beautiful sunny day here at the Twin Ovals. Not a great kick there from Tompkinson. Not quite sure what happened there. Sets a bit of a task. Lovell looks up to it though. Evades 2 tackles. Thompson comes in and lays the third, but may have potentially been high contact on the second, and that's the way the umpires adjudicated it. So Kieran Lovell, his man on the mark, he's right on the pain of 50. What can the former Hawthorn Hawk do? Stops, props, kicks towards the top of the goal square, looking for Gardner. Numbers come in support for Glenorchy, and they wrap things up at ground level. We'll have a throw up just outside the Kingborough goal square. Gardner, tap down. Handball out, finds Lovell. Lovell evades one, gets the handball back to Campbell. Campbell, back to Lovell. Lovell goes out wide. Great awareness there from Kieran Lovell. Spotted Lockie Griggs out on his own. Takes the mark, and Griggs will now look to hit the scoreboard. He's been really impressive to start this season, Lockie Griggs. Player who been a little bit down on form at times last year. Found himself in the D-League on a couple of occasions, but has started this year in really strong form. He'll now look to extend Kingborough's margin. Kick is on the way there from Lockie Griggs. Pretty good looking kick. It's a fantastic kick from Griggs. Kingborough get the opening goal of the second half. A lovely finish from Lockie out in that left forward pocket. He joins the party. 12-6-78, plays 2-1-13. That's a lovely finish there from Lockie Griggs. And the Tigers, after absorbing some early pressure there from the Magpies, have been able to capitalise and now hit the scoreboard. Back in the middle. Clifford to try and find the ball. Eventually does. Dances around a couple of pies. Kicks the ball towards half forward now. Does Clifford looking for a target. Reardon skirting around for reinforcement. So too Ambrose Brereton. Nicholson got it back. Wrapped up in the tackle. Nice tackle laid there by Elijah. Umpire throws the ball up. Gardner wins it down. Campbell just got out of the Hunter Wright tackle. And he's going to be rewarded with a free kick, it looks like there, Will Campbell. High contact. Couple of Magpies laying the tackle there. So, Will Campbell. His absolute best has this kick in him. From just outside 50. Soup Campbell. Sets himself up. Kick is on the way. Right to left. Will Campbell take a bow. Fantastic finish from Soup. One of the spiritual leaders down at Tigerland. The fantastic finish. And Kingborough, they extend that margin. They now move to 13-6-84. Pretty good kicking in front of goal. Glenorchy 2-1-13. So that opens up a 71-point margin. Game high. Will Campbell joins the party, and it's all Kingborough now at the Twins. Campbell becomes the 9th player to hit the scoreboard today for Kingborough. Very even team performance. He gets the ball again now. Feeds it off to Lockie Clifford. Clifford to Webb, who's just struggling to trap the football. Good tackle laid there by Roach. Joseph comes in for reinforcements as well. It's going to be all about little wins from here now for Glenorchy. Just struggled to threaten to hit the scoreboard today with Dan Muir out of the team. Miss Brady Simpson's bounce and drive off half back as well. Good tackle laid there by Dilgate and Jenkins. Umpire comes in once again. Hard kick around the corner. Doesn't quite get the purchase he would have wanted. Chance now for Glenorchy to swoop things up on the last line of defence. Kick out wide looking for Jenkins. Nicholson's there in support. Just loses his footing. Now a dangerous spot for the Glenorchy defenders. Ball goes inside 50. Carter does really well, Tyler Carter. Dinky kick over the top. Couple of Tigers compete with each other, unable to take the mark. Zeitzen gets the handball off to Kieran Lovell. Lovell with a pocket of space. Lovell for goal. Hits the post. Minor score. If anyone could, it was Kieran Lovell. Unable to do so on that occasion. Just had a little slither of room. But hits the upright, so... Back into the middle. Donnelly. Does really well. Good strength shown by Donnelly. He gets it back to Reardon. Reardon out wide finds Campbell. Takes the ball and is off to the races. Campbell with a precise kick inside 50. Beautiful use of the football. James Zeitzen. He'd feast on that all afternoon. It's a great finish there from Campbell. And now Zeitzen has the opportunity to kick his 4th goal of the contest. 3 goals across the second quarter. Looking to add to that tally. James Zeitzen crosses 50. Kick is on the way. Never looked like troubling the goal umpire. Out of bounds on the full. Look to move the ball on quickly here to the Pies. Slight issue in defence, but they're able to mop things up. Running across and taking a strong grab there's Marcus Gardner. Cuts it back inboard. Nice kick. That finds Joey Brewer. Brewer launches inside 50 in the direction of Tompkinson. Unable to take the grab. Ground level now. Bit of dash shown here from the Pies as they exit defensive 50. Just kicking into space, and it's Ben Donnelly on his own at the moment. He cuts it back. Finds Godomski. Godomski into the middle of the twin ovals here. Thompson met by Bastic. Got rid of the football. Bastic continues the tackle with his legs. Umpire says play on. Whitford dances around one. Outside of his boot. Dribbles the ball across the paint of 50. Donnelly traps it around the corner. Looking for a target. A couple of players fly. No one able to take the mark successfully. Clever handball over the top there from Truffett. Kick goes inside 50 and the mark's taken by Jake Williams. Unattended in the end there, Williams. Kicks the ball down the line. O'Neill stripped of the football by Thompson. Ball rolls over and out for another throw-in. Umpire's whistle. Free kick going the way of Baker. Started the game on fire to Nick Baker. Serviceable since as well. He goes down the line. Tompkinson flies. The umpire's going to pay the mark. They'll pay the advantage as well. No, have to come back. That was a mark worthy of being able to take his own kick there, Jack Tompkinson. Fantastic fly. A couple of goes at it today. That one able to make stick. Such an imposing figure right around the ground. His work rate, second to none as well. Sets up an opportunity now through Griggs, who pumps the ball towards the top of the goal square. Carter was the intended target at ground level. Hurried kick around the corner. And a hacked kick in the end goes out of bounds on the full. Exit defensive 50. Godomski going through his hands. Dilger gets a hurried kick away. Richie Dilger. Met Brewer heavily. Umpire will come and intervene. Umpire Chris Kay. Gardner wins the tap down to Baker. Baker with the left boot goes inside 50. Lovely kick, finds Carter. Tyler Carter looks to move the ball on quickly himself. Top of the goal square, setting it up. Tompkinson unable to take it on the second grab. Strong tackle laid. Hurried kick there from the Glenorchy defender, almost looking to rush the ball through. O'Neill found a pocket of space, gets it off to Cole around the corner. A little too much on the kick, and that one will be out of bounds. Whether it's on the full or touched, it was touched. So, opportunity now for the Tigers' left forward pocket. Glenorchy defence continuing to battle away, but this Tigers team has been irrepressible across the course of the afternoon. Carter potentially infringed with a push in the back. The umpire saw that too. Roach urging his teammates to just be composed here. Kick goes over the top, sets a bit of a task for Browning, but he's up to it. Clever mark in the end. Browning out wide. A couple of Magpies, they could raffle it between them, but it goes through the hands of Banks, over and out. So they've been their own worst enemy a couple of times here, Glenorchy, just putting themselves under the pump. Some of those unforced errors. Still in a bit of trouble here as Kingborough have the ball inside 50 at another stoppage. Carter tries to take it cleanly, unable to do so. Whitford links up with Arnold. Up and under kick from Josh Arnold. That one's going to be out of bounds on the full as well. It's that actual and perceived pressure from Kingborough that's been immense. And just adding some further pain is the absence of Matthew McGuinness, who looks to be off the ground with a knee injury. Fingers crossed he's okay. Lovell finds a bit of space. Kieran Lovell looking towards goal. He just tugs that one to the left, and that one's through for a minor score. 13-8-86, plays 2-1-13. Kick goes into the middle, but the mark's taken. Gadomski has had plenty of the football this quarter. Sets it up and finds Tompkinson. Clever football there from Kingborough. Gadomski reads the ball so well. Kicks it inside 50 and finds Tompkinson, who's been as impressive as always. Feeds it off to Reardon. Elijah Reardon from downtown. Ball just fades out to the right, but the mark's taken. That might be O'Neill who's taken the mark. It is George O'Neill. So things just landing the way of Kingborough at the moment. What can George O'Neill do? Right forward pocket. Had some good pressure so far. Yet to hit the scoreboard this afternoon, George O'Neill. Kick is on the way to the near side. After I said earlier in the quarter that there'd been some pretty good kicking for goal, they've missed some opportunities now, Kingborough. 13-9-87. Glenorchy 2-1-13. So the Magpies yet to score so far in this third quarter. While Kingborough have kicked 2 goals for. Of course, the Magpies also kept scoreless in that opening term, so they'll be desperate to try and avoid that fate in the third. Pouncing on the opportunity now, Kingborough. Another look at goal. That one goes through. Made the most of that opportunity there to the Tigers. A lovely finish. After a couple of missed opportunities, they make the most of that one. They move to 14-9-93. Glenorchy still 2-1-13. 21-minute mark of the third quarter. So we go back into the middle of the twin ovals. Gardner v Roach. Arnold emerges with the football. Reardon stripped of it. Dilger unable to take it cleanly. Triffett competing at ground level. Arnold lays the tackle. Coming in now is Dilger, but there's been an umpire's whistle. Free kick going the way of the Tigers. Nick Baker. Tigers march the ball towards 50. Lovell turns it over. Chance here for Glenorchy through Roach. Out wide, they find Arnold. Baker, stripped of the football. Thompson laid the good tackle. Jenkins, handball off to Arnold, who dances around Campbell. Tries to get the kick away. Josh Arnold keeps scrapping away. Desperate stuff there from the coach. Made to sit on the football. The umpire will come in. Just in front of club president Peter Barwick, doing a fantastic job out of Glenorchy. Tough off-season. Some good people off-field, doing all they can to restore this club to the strengths of yesteryear. Josh Arnold, an integral member of that as well, as Baker kicks the ball towards half forward. Carter traps it, tries to get around one. He did, but unable to get around the second. Good defensive pressure there from Glenorchy, and Hunter Wright is going to be rewarded on senior debut today. Hunter Wright. Certainly be better for the experience at senior level. That's not his best kick, though. A poor kick there from right. Brings in Max College. I think kicked that last goal as well. So College with a chance here to kick his third. So Max College. No real angle to speak of. Crosses the paint of 50. Kicks on the way here for College. Umpire does a bit of a shuffle, but it sneaks through. It does. College gets his third. Kingborough get their 15th. 15-9, 99 plays 2-1-13. I think it was College who kicked that last goal on the run before, so we'll chalk that up for his third. He joins Zeitzen on 3 goals. And the Tigers are absolutely roaring here at the Twin Ovals. This quarter has seen them have plenty of opportunities and some that they really probably should have finished off better, but they are in absolute control down here at the Twin Ovals at home. So we click over 25 minutes in the third quarter. Gardner wins it down, finds Campbell. Campbell to Clifford, back to Campbell. Kick out wide, finds Eddie Cole. Cole beckons for someone to come at him. Kick lands in between a couple of players. Williams was involved. Good strength shown there by Brewer. Got the handball out. Good tackle laid there by Richie Dilger. Should be rewarded. Will be rewarded with a stoppage inside defensive 50. Carter. Scraps away. Arnold. So plenty of the football in this third quarter. Outside of the boot, check side. Looking for Waite. He has 4 Tigers to beat. Reardon lays the tackle. Waite just holds things up and does well not to get rid of the football. They ball up just in front of the interchange gates here at the Twins. Tompkinson wins it down. Clifford over the top. Tries to keep the ball in play. Does so successfully. Gets it back to Baker. Now back to Clifford, who just juggles the ball and does really well. A couple of party tricks thrown in. Joey Brewer goes inside 50. Great vision from Brewer. Finds Zeitzen. Zeitzen thought about quickly moving the ball on, but the umpire holds him up. Now he does to Zeitzen. Nice little kick inside 50. There's another opportunity here for George O'Neill, who missed one earlier in the quarter that he would have liked to have kicked. He'll now look to also hit the scoreboard. Selfish play there from the Tigers. Chance here for George O'Neill. Begins his approach. Kick is on the way. Umpire has to do a fair old shuffle and hits the post right on the siren. So with that behind, the Tigers raise the bat for a ton. 15-10-100. Glenorchy 2-1-13. A quarter that the Tigers dominated in general play. Probably didn't quite get the scoreboard reward that they perhaps would have liked. A couple of missed opportunities, but they have managed to once again keep the Glenorchy Magpies scoreless. The second quarter in this game where they've been able to do that after a scoreless opening term for the Pies as well. So the Tigers doing what they need to do. That quarter they've kicked, having a quick look here, 4 goals, 5 to the Magpies. 0-0. Quickly run through the goal kickers. College and Zeitzen with 3 apiece. 2 goals to Marcus Gardner, 2 goals to Jake Williams. Singles to Nick Baker, Will Campbell, Tyler Carter, Lockie Griggs and Jack Tompkinson. Richie Dilger and Josh Meredith remain Glenorchy's 2 individual goal kickers. So a comprehensive margin so far for the Tigers. Glenorchy, what can they produce in this final term? They'll be looking for some positive signs to try and finish this one, but Kingborough well and truly in control. Final quarter coming up next. Welcome back to the Twin Ovals. The final quarter of this one about to get underway. Kingborough well and truly in control. They're leading this game 15-10, 100 to 2-1-13. So umpire Chris Kay just waits for players to get into their positions to kick off this final term. It's been a dominant performance from Kingborough. Some missed opportunities, has to be said, in that third term. But a day that certainly belonged to the host. They've got more than one hand on the Fred House Perpetual Shield now. It's going to be all about positive signs for Glenorchy in this final term. You can see Meredith in the ruck for the Magpies. Young Matthew McGuinness, unfortunately, taken from the field in that third quarter with what looked to be a knee injury. So fingers crossed he's okay. But doesn't look to be playing any part in this final term. Banks trying to trap the football. College comes in. He's kicked a couple of goals. College has been good. Gets it off to Lockie Griggs. Griggs kicks it to a dangerous spot. Carter's the intended target. The numbers at ground level should favour the Magpies. So to work their way through. Arnold with a dinky little kick. Works out okay. Clever kick in the end. Finds Gillett. Gillett goes out wide. Out of bounds on the full. Kick goes inside 50. Tompkinson's the target. Just goes through his hands. Clifford dances around one. Dances around two. Feeds the handball back. A little too high there for Cole. Triffett with a level kick on. Cole comes back in though. Joseph. Kicks the ball out wide. Just running out of room there was Thomason. Over and out for a throw in. Baker competing in the ruck on that occasion. Kick goes inside 50 now for Kingborough. Tompkinson bounces off his chest. Missed a couple of marks early in this quarter. Kicking in danger would be the umpire's call. Free kick going the way of Nathan Blowfield. Nathan Blowfield ran himself in a little bit of trouble. Now the Tigers are going to pounce. Tompkinson laid the handball off, but he just missed the opportunity, so they'll bring the ball back. Take the free kick behind the mark. Just setting the ball up now. A couple of players fly. College at the back. Carter finds himself a little bit of room. Tyler Carter, welcome back. A lovely finish from the man they call Wob. That's his second. And the Tigers, they pick up where they left off in this final term. They kick goal number 16 for the day. 16-10, 106. Lead Glenorchy 2-1-13. Clever finish there. And Glenorchy were holding up, but it just felt that the defence was eventually going to let a goal in, and that's exactly what happened. Tyler Carter gets his second goal of the afternoon. Tigers add to their lead. Back in the middle, Lovell has ball in hand. Gillett. Chance here for Kingborough on the goal line. Just spilling the mark there was College. Brown competing as well. They just get out of jail there to the Tigers. Well, the Magpies, I should say. All up in the goal square. Wait. Able to quite get his boot to the ball. Tompkinson just bustles his way through. Gets it off to Clifford, who tries to screw one around the corner. Came off hands anyway. Rolls through for a minor score. 16-11, 107. Josh Arnold to bring the ball back into play. Great intercept fist there from Gardner. Opens the opportunity for Tompkinson. The big man playing rovers there is Tompkinson. Screws one back to a hot spot. Eddie Cole at ground level. Can he trap the football cleanly? Eventually does. Gets it off to Lovell. Lovell waits the ball and hits the post. A few posters there for the Tigers. 16-12 they move to. 108. Glenorchy 2-1-13. Just can't get that second clean disposal out of defensive 50 at the moment, the Magpies. Reardon, handballs over the top. Arnold, stripped of the football by Lovell. Free kick, going to go the way of the Kingborough number 9. Genuine star of the competition is Kieran Lovell. Started this year in fine form. Kieran Lovell to put the margin beyond 100 points. Sets the ball up instead. Tompkinson's there, ground level. Carter has a shot for goal. It's through. It is. Tyler Carter gets his third. The margin blows out to beyond 100 points. 17-12, 114 to Glenorchy, 2-1-13. The Tigers continuing to add some misery here for Glenorchy. They've been impressive, and I'm sure Trent Baumler would have been pleading with his side to really continue pushing in this final term. Probably one thing you can say, even in round one when the game against North Hobart they had wrapped up, probably just didn't quite put their foot on the gas in the last quarter. They just took it off a little bit. Still obviously managed to get the win, but in a competition where percentage points mean so much, they'll be looking to continue to dominate in this final term. Eddie Cole out of the middle, kicks it inside 50. Swooped up there by Zeitzen, only as far as Arnold. Arnold's kick out into space. Godomski's going to be first to it. It sits nicely for him. It proves to not do that, does the unkind bounce of the Sharon. Reinforcements come in for both sides, and we'll have a stoppage at half forward. Half forward for the Maggies. Just pushed as he kicked the football there was Jack Nails. It's up on the hill, out of bounds on the full. Godomski, ball in hand. Looking to continue the switch. Don Brown meets the football, gets it off to Dilger. Nicholson, inside 50, looking for a target. Just a little too much on it there for Jack Nails, over and out. Hurried kick around the corner. Chance here for Glenorchy. Coming off the line and taking the mark there was Donnelly. Set himself up as goalkeeper. Donnelly, short kick. Finds Clifford. Clifford out in the direction of Gardner. Takes a strong mark and he's off to the races, the big fella. Gardner goes to half forward. A little too hot there for his intended target, but coming in to sweep the ball up now is Zeitzen. A wobbly kick inside 50. Just bounces the wrong way for Tompkinson. Over and out. Score update from North Hobart at half-time, a 16-point margin in favour of the Demons. Cracking game unfolding at the traditional home of Tassie footy. Carter in the ruck. Wins the tap down. Williams involved, so too Clifford. Roach tries to get the kick away, but the umpire's already spotted the free kick going the way of Lockie Clifford, who was held. What will Clifford do? Bangs the ball to a dangerous spot. Gardner and Tompkinson are there, and the umpire spotted a free kick. It's going to go the way of Jack Tompkinson. He was being held. And they're just the nerves that these two put into opposition defences. Both such tall targets, both really mobile, and both know their way around goal. So Jack Tompkinson just stretches out a little bit of a cramp. Has one goal to his name so far. Looking to become the 6th multiple goal kicker for Kingborough. Tompkinson. Kick is on the way. Looked a little bit ugly off the boot. I think it has gone through. It has, so he gets the goal. You can see he's feeling a little bit sore at the moment as Jack Tompkinson, but didn't affect the result. That is the 18th goal for the Kingborough Tigers. Tompkinson gets his 2nd. Joins the likes of Carter, College, Zeitz and Gardner and Williams with multiple goals. Emphatic performance this here from the Kingborough Tigers. Gardner with a clever tap down. Finds Lovell. Lovell inside 50. Carter the target. 2nd and 3rd efforts here from Carter. Gets the handball back. Dilger. Handball's out wide. Hurried kick down the line. Brave stuff there from James Green. He did really well there for Kingborough, James Green. Unable to take the mark, but bravely went back with the flight. Cole just runs out of room. So we cast our eyes to next week. Kingborough, they travel down to Skybus Oval to take on Lauderdale. That's on Sunday. Glenorchy also playing on Sunday. They're hosting North Hobart at KG5, while North Lonnie will play Clarence on the Saturday at UTAS Stadium. Reardon. See that one go over the line. Sunbaked twin ovals this afternoon. Fantastic conditions for a key part of the football calendar. Anzac Day has become not only such a massive day for the Australian community, but in sporting circles, in football particular, it's really made it quite the occasion. Kingborough and Glenorchy carving out a strong tradition. It's the 8th time these two teams have played on this day. Kick goes inside 50. Handball over the top, looking for Wright. Unable to get there. Brewer swoops on the loose footy. His kick only goes as far as Joseph. It was touched off the boot. Joseph gets the handball over the top, looking for Matcham. Matcham met in a strong tackle by Murray Bastick. Ball's going to sit for Arnold. It does. He goes looking for Blowfield. Blowfield. Little blind turn. Now he kicks the ball inside 50. Looking for Wright. Unable to reel the mark in. Chance here for Glenorchy if they can try and hit the scoreboard. Desperate stuff on the line there from the Glenorchy player in Rowan Thomason. Unable to quite capitalise and hit the scoreboard. So that's a minor score. 2-2. Glenorchy's first score since the second quarter. So the Tigers have the ball at half back. Down the line. Blowfield at the back. Takes the ball. Zeitzen wraps him up, and the two players just wait for the umpire to intervene. Eventually he does. Zlotson a little bit bemused. Roach didn't decisively win the tap down, but won the tap nonetheless. Ball bounces over and out. Lovell. Plenty of the football, as always, this afternoon. Zlotson. Back to Lovell. Hacked kick there from the Tigers star. Swooping in, breaking the lines. A chance here for the Tigers. Desperate stuff from the Glenorchy defenders. Tyler Carter coming off the line. Waite. Finds Banks. Banks looks to switch the football. It's a nice kick in the end, a clever kick to find Josh Arnold. Arnold goes to Thompson. Thompson just takes a little bit off the kick, finds a Roach. Roach sets it up for half forward. Nice movement here from the Pies. Jack Mayles, kick and a half from goal. High ball inside 50. Unable to take the mark there was the Tigers defender in Williams. Hunter Wright emerges with the football, kick around the corner, but the umpire spotted a free kick, and it's going to go the way of the Kingborough Tigers. Right back pocket. Roach does well, takes the mark. Zlotson thought there might have been a push. Umpire says play on. Back inboard, but just unable to hit the target. Now College has the ball at half back. Bangs the ball as far as he can, College. There was a player over the back free. Unable to quite get there. Jenkins now has it at half back for Glenorchy. Gets it off to Waite. Vice captain. Waite into the middle of the ground. It's going to come back with interest. The Tigers kick it towards half forward. Zlotson, can he trap it before the line? Just unable to do so. Disappointed with himself. Over and out. Ball's thrown in. Lovell, as he so often does, emerges with the football. But that's a good tackle there from Whitford. Just holds him up. Dilger. Handballs it back. Banks. Only as far as Donnelly. Vice captain of the Tigers, Ben Donnelly, kicks it towards half forward. Back of the pack is Lovell. Finds a little bit of room, does Kieran Lovell. Good ball inside. Unable to hit the target. Good defensive efforts there from Nathan Blowfield. College scraps away at ground level. Blowfield emerges with the football. Tyler Carter lays a tackle. Umpire says he just got a kick to it. And the Magpies escape defensive 50. But only temporarily. Lockie Griggs around the corner, inside 50. Lovely kick from Lockie Griggs. Out on a platter there for George O'Neill, who looks to move it on quickly. O'Neill goes central. Tompkinson takes the mark. Almost looked to pick the pocket of his teammate Zlotson there, Tompkinson. Ball fell in his lap. Good ball movement there from George O'Neill. So Jack Tompkinson, he's looking to kick his third goal of the game. Margin as it stands is at 106. Tompkinson begins his approach. Kick is on the way. Umpire has to do a lot of work. That one's through for a minor score. 18-13, 1-2-1. Glenorchy 2-2-14. Blowfield, risky kick, doesn't quite pay off to Brown. Clifford lays a tackle. Umpire will come in. Almost 20 minutes gone in this final term. The free kick is going to go the way of Clifford. So, Lockie Clifford rewarded for the tackle. Sets himself up now, does Lockie Clifford. Yet to hit the scoreboard so far today. Clifford. Kick is on the way from Lockie Clifford. Beautiful finish from the captain. Nice little cherry on top for him and what's been an outstanding team performance. 19-13, 127, Glenorchy 2-2-14. Lockie Clifford joins the party. Back in the middle. Hurried kick is a good one. Finds Williams. Things just falling the way of the Tigers as they've done for the majority of the day, it must be said. Now, Jake Williams, who has already kicked a couple, he's going to back himself in to have a ping from just outside 50. Kick is on the way from Williams. Right to the line, through for a minor score. Mark taken there by Callum Thompson. Back inside 50 now for Kingborough. Meredith, back of the pack, finds Thompson. Thompson dances himself in a little bit of trouble, but does well to get out of it. Waite, tied up against the line. Finds Banks, one bounce. Back to Waite, another short kick. Finds Dilger. Banks takes the mark. But they, again, break down, trying to exit half back. Clifford has the ball centrally. Goes inside 50. Tompkinson. Had another big day at the office as Jack Tompkinson. Saw him miss an opportunity a few minutes ago. We'll have another look at adding another goal to his tally. Of course, missed last year's grand final after a nasty injury late in the year. Great to see him back out there and fully fit. Jack Tompkinson. Kick is on the way. And it's a good one. Tompkinson adds another. Kingborough get their 20th goal. 2014, 134. That's Tompkinson's third major. Glenorchy still 2-2-14. Yet to kick a goal since the second quarter. Kicked two in the space of about a minute. Outside of that, it's been all Kingborough this afternoon. As we approach the 24-minute mark of this quarter. Tompkinson now goes back into the ruck. Lovell, Clifford, looks for Reardon. Whitford, chance here for the Pies. Just got his kick away, finds Dilger. Dilger over the top. Sets it up for Matcham. Matcham with a look at goal. Kick is on the way. Misses to the near side. Donnelly with a quick exit. Finds Campbell. George O'Neill up against the line.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you.
Roach wins the tap down. Banks gets a handball away. Clifford fends one. Handball off, finds Campbell. Campbell goes inside 50, looking for a target. Finds Wobb. Finds Tyler Carter. Carter is returned to the TSL team after suspension. He's already kicked 3 goals this afternoon. He's looking to add his 4th. He's one of 4 players to kick 3 majors, alongside College, Tompkinson and Zeitzen. Can Carter kick goal number 4? Improves the angle, but hooks it significantly in the end. Doesn't trouble the scorers. Out of bounds on the full. Tied up against the line, over and out. Cole, wrapped up in a strong tackle. Umpire says play on. Clifford finds himself a little bit of room. Kicks it inside 50. Thompson has the sit. Thompson takes the mark. Brave mark there from Callum Thompson. Arnold back inboard. Clever stuff there from Will Clifford. Brewer kicks to Zeitzen. Just bounces off his chest. Wait to Arnold. Arnold just decides to barrel it out of there, buy himself some time. It's like Banks got caught in a bit of a tangle, and he'll be rewarded with a free kick. Dilger sees that over and out for a throw in. So ticking over 27.5 minutes in this final quarter. Kingborough kicked 5 goals in the second quarter, 6 in the second. Kicked a further 4 in the third, 5 in the last. It's been a pretty consistent performance. A few missed opportunities across the second half, but all in all, Coach Trent Baumler would be impressed with his side's efforts, especially defensively, conceding just the 2 goals, and so far they just came in 1 minute in the second quarter. They're looking to make it 3 goalless quarters in this game. That's a good effort there from Luke Nicholson. Caught Joey Brewer holding the footy. Bit of a miscued kick. Jenkins does well. They look to exit defensive 50. That's a really strong mark taken there. A good grab by Rowan Thomason into the team for the first time today. Thomason goes short, finds Waite. Thomason's done some nice things as the siren sounds. An emphatic performance from the Kingborough Tigers. 2014, 134. They defeat Glenorchy 2-3-15. As we just mentioned, a performance that Kingborough have dominated, a game I should say that Kingborough have dominated really since the get-go. A couple of moments in that second quarter where Glenorchy got on top, but all in all, an emphatic performance from the home side. The Kingborough Tigers, we run through the goal kickers for them. Tyler Carter with 3, College with 3, Tompkinson with 3, Zeitzen with 3, Gardner and Williams with 2 each, and singles to Nick Baker, Will Campbell, Lockie Clifford and Lockie Griggs, while for Glenorchy, Richard Dilger and Josh Meredith, the 2 goal kickers. So Glenorchy, they end up with 3 goalless quarters. An emphatic performance from this Kingborough outfit. Defensively, they did a fantastic job. Through the midfield, they were well and truly on top with the likes of Lovell and Clifford. And while up forward, the likes of Zeitzen, College, and the 2 rucks there in Tompkinson and Gardner, plus Tyler Carter coming into the team, just proved to be too much for this young Glenorchy defence. There's no doubt that Glenorchy will be better for the run. The younger players getting a taste of really what the standard is in TSL football, with Kingborough expected by many to be thereabouts at the pointy end of the season. But yeah, once again, an emphatic performance from the Kingborough Tigers. They go 3 for 3. They have a tricky assignment next week down at Skybus Oval against Lauderdale. While Glenorchy, they host the North Hobart Demons next Sunday as well. So the Fred House Perpetual Shield will be going back to Kingborough. Said the 8th time these teams have played against each other on Anzac Day. Today's game played in terrific spirits, and it's great to see Kingborough also wearing the Anzac Day jumper, a fantastic looking jumper. The black sash on the yellow, with the Lest We Forget and the poppies along the bottom as well. See Josh Arnold just having a few messages to his young side. So players start to make their way across to the other side of the ground. There will be some presentations that will take place. But once again, Kingborough, emphatic performance today. 20-14-134, Glenorchy 2-3-15. Thanks to Simon DeLittle on the camera, Ash Wilkes in the studio. My name's been Anthony Osborne. Make sure you do stay tuned to the AFL Taz YouTube channel for the end of the North Hobart Lauderdale game that's underway up at North Hobart Oval. From the commentary box, we'll leave you now, but you can see the final moments there here at the Twin Ovals. An emphatic performance from the Kingborough Tigers. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
Thank you to all of our players from both the Tigers Football Club and the Glenorchy Football Club, along with the umpires officiating today, for the role that you have played, and to our spectators for your show of respect and support as part of this traditional fixture in the Tasmanian State League season between the Tigers and Glenorchy, held annually on Anzac Day for the Fred House Shield. Each year in this game, the Anzac Day medal is awarded to the player judged as best field and displaying the Anzac spirit in the way that they have played. Representatives from both the Tigers and Glenorchy football clubs have voted on the award, and the medal for this year will be presented by Gary Webb, representing the Kingston Beach RSL sub-branch. The 2023 recipient of the Anzac medal is from the Tigers Football Club, Jack Tompkinson. Now I'll also ask Gary to present the Fred House Shield to the captain of the Tigers Football Club, Lachlan Clifford. Congratulations to both teams on the way the game was played, the spirit in which it was played. Thank you to everyone for your attendance at today's game. Our next game for 18s TSL Development Seniors is this Sunday against Lauderdale at Sky Bus Oval. A reminder to families, friends and supporters from both clubs, you're all invited to stay and join the players in the club rooms following the match. And the day of football on Anzac Day continues now with the future players from the Kingborough Tigers under 13 teams about to take the field for their game. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.